All right, let's just take a look at everything and see how we're doing. I might turn the game audio down just a smidge. It is really rocking, so we don't want it to be, too rocking. All right. And just let's get the controller all set up. All right. Check. I know I'm doing like 15 million checks, but I'm really trying to come out on top as far as production value goes. All right, I think we're good as far as that goes. So, hi, welcome to the stream. Even though it says Sunday, it's definitely not Sunday. I'll change that later. I'm not going to give too much of a shit about it. It's Tuesday. Usually around this time, I am doing the show with Ty and Faith over on the Idiots with Mike's channel. We're not doing that today. A couple of us had some things come up, so instead I figured, let's do what we've been doing here, and we'll mow some lawns and discuss a little bit of whatever it means to be human. So, now that we've been all jazzed up with this fucking ripping music, let's start playing. We're going to continue using this lawnmower. I like it. It's good. I've repaired it all. I don't think I've bought anything. I'm not super sure on how to officially play this game. I just like going around in circles. Welcome to your company HQ. Here you can edit your avatar or company ID, as well as take out advertisements to gain more RP. Your company's current rank and progress bar to the next rank can be seen in the top right of the screen. Okie doke. Beep, 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 beep. I'm not going to pay attention to that. It's going to bother me, so I'm going to fix this. What did I say it was Tuesday? I know. There we go. How's that grab you? A little bit better? Well, if you're just joining us, hi. Let me know how the sound is. I think it's going to be fine. After we get past this menu shit, it quiets right down. We can upgrade. We have Purchase HQ. Advertisements, edit company, edit player, Redwall building. We have $628. This building costs $150,000. I don't think we can buy it. Nope, we can't. Advertisements. A social media ad, we can do that. Or local flyers, we can do that. Social media will probably do better for us. I mean, it's fucking 2021. Yes, accept. There we go. Now, we did that one. Are there other contracts we can do? I thought we did this one. Maybe we didn't? I don't know. Let's find out. I could have swore we did this one, but okay. What do you want to talk about today? I'm sure we'll find something to talk about. I'm sure something to fucking ramble on about. It actually feels a little bit like fall here in Texas, which is it's nice. Fall is certainly when I feel most like myself, when I feel most comfortable. Not in like a physical way, you know. Summer does make me uncomfortable. Winter makes me uncomfortable. Spring makes me uncomfortable physically, but also emotionally. Fall makes me very comfortable. I feel, and maybe that's because it's slowly getting darker and it's like a little colder, and that's just kind of how I like to keep my living space anyway. So maybe that's something to do with it. Who knows? Okay, I don't remember a gazebo, so maybe we didn't do this before. All right, let's climb up on the old... Oh, first we want to go look for shit on the ground, right? See if we can find any pine cones or sticks or, I don't know, garden gnomes or whatever the fuck people have laying about. There should be 3 of them around here. Did we do... Is that a person? How do I right bumper to sprint? I want to go look. Hey, I'm a person too. I'm a person too. There's a car. I'm gonna wait here until this person walks by. I definitely beat them over here, right? Oh, there's a person. It's not the same. There they are. Hello. That's my controller drift. That's not me doing that. All right. Let's go back to picking up trash in this yard. So yeah, it is nice and it's cooler out. It's yesterday and the day before were a little better. It's creeping up on 80 at the moment here. It's like mid 70s right now, which is fine. It's better. 72, 73 is about where I like to be, but even down to about 60 is really ideal for me. There's nothing quite like a good what the fuck is this? Is that a balloon? There's nothing quite like a good autumn evening, you know. Your hands get a little chilly. I'm just gonna take a moment to hang out in this gazebo. It's nice. I'd like to play this game in VR. That'd be cool. I'm playing most games in VR. I guess it's pretty cool. I would not want to play Alan Wake in VR at all. I'd probably break something in my house, diving around and shit. Fill fuel? I thought we already filled the fuel. I thought we already changed the blades as well. What's going on here? Okay, well. Here we go. What is that little thing? Oh, it's the dog's water dish. I see. Hold X to start. I'm never going to remember how to do this. There we go. All right, let's engage the blades. I am doing it. There we go. What the fuck was that? Did you hear that? Was that a cow? I have no idea. Goddamn sky trumpets. Alright, here we go. We're off to a nice clean start. I'm going to try not to damage any of these flowers, but we'll see. They're always a little close. It looks like, even though I'm the lawn maintenance guy, it looks like a lot of these houses in this area have had the same landscaper that's designed this. I don't see a lot of edging going on, you know, the lawn type. I don't see a lot of edging the other type going on either, to be totally honest, which is totally fine. All right, let's just chop up these rocks. It'd be a much different game if you saw that sort of edging going on. There's probably like a... Give it time. There will be a fan mod for that sort of thing. When it comes out, let me know. We'll play through that. Just a bunch of people standing in the windows. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm really not sure what we're gonna talk about today. We'll find something. There's always some piece of trash littering up my mind. I've been working on this this record very slowly for, well, just about a year now, which is probably the longest I've ever worked on a single record. And that makes it sound like I'm putting a lot more effort into it than I really am. The truth is, I'm working with a number of friends of mine who are, you know, scattered about the country. They have lives of their own, jobs and families. My nose is really itchy. So everything's kind of being done as it gets done, you know, here and there and whatever. So far, I'm pretty happy with it, and we're probably about 3/4 of the way through the initial recording of it. There's still a little bit more to be done in the initial recordings, and then you know, overdubs and fucking mixing and mastering of the bastard, which is always fun. I try to keep up on mixing as I go. That way, it takes a lot less time later and a lot less frustration, and I think it really helps point overdubs in the right direction, you know. We'll see how that goes, but it's been a little frustrating. I don't think I really wanted to make an album this last year. Well, I guess what I mean is I don't think I really had an album in me. I usually work pretty fast, and I also usually have something going on upstairs that I need to push out, and it's not always the clearest message or the clearest interpretation of those thoughts, but there's usually some driving factor behind it. And what had happened was, during 2020, you know, everybody's still acting like they give a shit about the pandemic. I sat down and with these same friends and musicians, I recorded a couple of EPs that turned out fairly good, and I was really happy with the sound of the band, you know. So after finishing those, the second one in particular, I thought I was very proud of. After finishing those last year, I got it in my head that I was like, I wanna do something big with it, with this band, with this sound. And so initially, the fucking plan was to do a double LP. I've never done a double LP in my life. It'd be the most ambitious thing musically that I've done in a long time, and I still might do that, but I don't think I'm going to do that until I can sit in a room with other musicians and have everybody devoted to it. We tried it. We could still do it, I think, but it would take a lot more time. And honestly, like I said, I don't really have anything driving as a central theme this record. So I think that in regards to things like double albums, you absolutely need a central theme. Look at all the great ones, The Wall, The Fragile. They're central themes. So what this is shaping up to be, I guess, is I guess it's going to be a single LP. But honestly, I might even just whittle it down to another EP, which will be fine. It's obviously a couple of steps down from the original plan, but it's something. And there are a number of moments on these recordings that I am proud of, and there's a couple of moments on here that I feel like could have been done better. From a songwriting point of view, from a performance point of view, from a recording point of view. So while there is material for a solid LP, there's nothing wrong with cutting loose ends off, with trimming it down. People have a short attention span anyways. So I don't know. Yeah, I think the only thing that is really stopping me from doing that is my own sort of stubbornness when it comes to sticking to plans, because I really truly have a stubbornness when it comes to plans, and it sucks for anybody that's in a close proximity to me, both creatively or emotionally or personally. Things always have to go by plan for me, and when they don't, I get incredibly frustrated, which often is not fair for the people around me, and it is something I have at least put some effort into sort of quelling a little bit. But in my own defense, I suppose, looking at it from the other side, plans are good. But in general, besides that, working with me can be a little tough. With this record and with the ones I did last year, I've been trying to give as little direction as possible to the other people, because I do know that I can be a little perfectionist when it comes to music. And a little pushy as far as what the vision should be. So I've been really trying to step away from that and say, okay, here's the songs, fucking go nuts. But I will say that the folks that I'm working with are, I think they understand that about me. We've worked together on multiple things over the years, and even though I'm trying to give a free rein, they still make a point to ask, for some direction, and I have to assume that that's just because they probably assume that I have a direction I want them to go, and I'm just not talking about it. Which is a very courteous thing to do, I suppose. Unnecessary, but courteous. It's funny because I'm not skilled, like, in any sort of classical way in anything, really. Everything I do is a fucking mess, and not just in art either. Fucking in general. Like, if you asked me to make the same painting twice, I couldn't do it. There's no fucking way. It's why a lot of my early musical output varied so much in sound quality. I'm kind of just in art and in life, just kind of fucking winging it. Like, I know what sounds good to me in the moment. I know what looks good to me in the moment. But I don't know what the hell methods I'm doing. I don't know any of that shit. So I have to assume that that is also incredibly frustrating for anybody that not only works with me in art, but just in general spends any sufficient amount of time with me. Just the constant fucking winging it. Let's turn around. I don't want to scrape up the blades here. We just replaced the goddamn things. There we go. Put the blades down. There we go. There's just, I mean, it is kind of a personal choice to go about art in that manner to a degree. You know, I prefer raw output as opposed to polished output. I feel like raw output is more genuine, more honest. Let's loop around this fucking bush here while we have the chance. And I feel like, music-wise anyway, if a song is a good song, it will be cool if it's fucking recorded on a tape deck or in a studio. It will be cool if it's a good song. If you need a bunch of horse shit, it's not a good song. I understand that it fits better in an ear, you know, if it's got a lot of polish on it, but I don't know. To me, it cheapens it in a way. And I kind of feel the same way about art too, you know. Every time I paint something, it takes me about as long, I don't know, maybe an hour or two, besides drying paint, to finish something. And I really feel like just blasting it out is the most honest way I can speak through that medium, you know. I write songs very quickly, I paint very quickly, I write very quickly, and obviously that leaves a lot of holes. It's not a polished thing, and a lot of my output is not well liked. That's fine, but to me it feels like I've been more clear about what I want to represent if I just, you know, vomit it up quickly. If you take time to think about things, maybe it's not actually what you think, you know? But that's also a lot of the reason why I won't ever be successful by any useful metric. I suppose that's fine also. Should I adjust the camera a little bit here? I feel like, there we go, that's a little bit better. No, there we go. Oh, it didn't matter, okay. We're definitely, I think, getting better at this. Oh, look at that. Just a little bit ahead. That's what I want. Just keep that perspective. But yeah, musically, that's why I could never join like a fucking cover band. It's why I've always been really hesitant to join other people's bands. I'm not skilled at all. I can do what I can do, and that works for me. But I'd really only let you down, you know? Oh, look at that. That was a nice mow. Let's flip around. There we go. I don't know, but maybe is that just how we all feel? That we're just fucking idiots who barely can pick up a fucking paintbrush? There we go. I destroyed a flower. Fine incurred. Fine incurred. Like, or is that just like, is that imposter syndrome? Man, I'm fucking mangling these flowers. Well, get them out of the way, folks. You knew I was coming over. There we go. That's what that is, right? That's imposter syndrome. I guess, but it's not really imposter syndrome if you have the fucking data to back it up, though, right? Like, it's not imposter syndrome to say, I don't know shit about music. That's why I'm fucking terrible at it. Maybe. You know, mowing from this angle, I have absolutely no real idea how big this lawn even is. And yeah, so I've had people say very nice things to me about my output, my books and my music and my paintings. I've sold some stuff to people, but I don't know. I'm impressed by like lasagna, you know? But I couldn't tell you what a good lasagna is. If somebody just makes me a lasagna, I'll be impressed, you know? I don't know if there's any skill to it. What I mean is like, I don't know. I don't know how much how much meaning I should extrapolate from random people. Just, I don't know. I just keep making my own shit and leave it at that, I guess, right? And not worry about it. Is that the best idea? We're going to mow this whole patch right now. I would love to be at a point where I could just make art and hang out in my like barn or whatever, just with canvases everywhere and just paint and paint and paint and paint. But like, you're not gonna, people like me don't get that opportunity because we're not crowd pleasers. We're not. I don't know. We're not what the people want to see. I don't make like kitschy stuff or clever social commentary. I don't do like nostalgia art, you know, where people are like, it's Captain Crunch, but he's got a Jason Voorhees mask. Like, I don't know. That's fine. If people want to make that, that's fine. It doesn't speak to me. But it's like, nobody's going to buy fucking t-shirts of my weirdo art. If you want to see my weirdo art, somewhere on my Twitch page there is a link to my link tree that has links to fucking everything I make, from paintings to music to my books on Amazon. Like, if you want to check it out, go for it. Recently I was playing City Skylines, and I'm sorry I forgot the name of the person who we were discussing my books, and I'm very happy with my prose, the rhythm in which my words dance around. I'm very happy with that. I'm very proud of it. But unfortunately, writing takes more than just dancing words. My books tend to be very sad. My books tend to be a little obtuse. Never any real resolution among them. If there is, it tends to be pretty buried. And the person I was speaking to that day was recommending that I work more on my narrative arcs. And I agree. My narrative arcs need a lot of work. However, I don't really ever feel like life has narrative arcs. Shit just kind of happens and then stops happening. And that's, when it comes to writing anyway, that's kind of how I want it to be represented. This is happening and then it's not happening. My blog has, for a long time, had the tagline, "Not everything makes sense or ends well." Because, man, that's life. Not everything makes sense or ends well. But I'm not going to pay any bills making art like that. Being obtuse. And the thing is, like, at this point, I'm not sure if I could even learn the skills necessary to do that. To do anything other than make fucking garbage. Like, I just have hundreds of fucking paintings, but spread all over the fucking country at this point. And records and fucking scraps of writing and books and shit just spread everywhere. No one gives a shit about that. No one's ever gonna try to track that shit down, you know? I'm sure even the people that know me and love me, like, have either already checked out all they need to check out or just fucking tired of it. And I wouldn't be able to blame them, to be totally honest. It's exhausting having to deal with me. It's exhausting having to be me. You know, upstairs. So, I don't know. Well, I didn't think I was going to talk about how hopeless it is to be an artist, but that's how it goes, I guess. I accidentally made a boot. For a long time, I tried to keep my lives separate. And when I say that, what I mean is my art life, this life, playing video games or whatever, all these different aspects of my personality, you know, the whole paranormal thing. I try to keep them all separate because I felt like they drew separate crowds, and some of the things I do are negatives to some people. And maybe it was like a psychological thing to sort of just have the most people like me as possible. Maybe. And, you know, I'm one of those people that's like, I don't give a fuck what people think. And, I mean, for the most part, on the outside, I don't. But, you know, we all want to be liked and we all want to be appreciated, of course. And so, maybe that's why I did that. I only recently started letting things bleed over. There's still some things I keep separate. The paranormal stuff I definitely do, because even within paranormal circles, there's so much fucking bullshit. I talked about it a little bit a couple weeks ago, that there's a huge fucking right-wing white supremacy problem in the paranormal field, and I can't figure it out. And it's really funny because like all like your classic 50s era, 50s through 70s era UFO stuff has all been like communism's good, you know, stop fucking going to war, money's pointless, be a vegetarian. Like a lot of that era contactees were saying they were being told the same thing. Get rid of your nukes. Get rid of money. And yet it seemed to attract all of these fucking very pro-capitalism, pro-nationalist fucking types. It's so weird. There was a channel I was following recently on YouTube. They would do they were doing studies on solar flares and the 12,000 year cycle, and I found it very fascinating. I'm very interested in the 12,000 year cycle. But then randomly on the end of one of their videos, they went on this long rant about the stolen election and vaccines, and it was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, dude, I just want to talk about weird paranormal shit. I don't know. I generally try, when I was a couple months ago, when I was really busting my ass on my paranormal channel, I always tried to keep politics completely out of it. But like eventually I had to unfollow like half of the fucking, ew, I spit, half the fucking people on Twitter that I was following, because they were retweeting all kinds of insane shit about immigrants. And it was like, oh my fucking god, dude. What is with that crowd and that sort of ideology? I think my best theory is that they are people that buy into conspiracy theories already. That is a built-in audience. The whole individualist, nationalist sort of thing, though, I don't understand that at all. Anyway, it makes no sense to me. I 100% believe in supporting your community and not only looking out for yourself, but looking out for other people. And that includes things like making sure that any legislation that gets passed is good for the community. So like seeing a lot of paranormal types become like, or being openly like libertarian, hyper individualized. Why? You would think that some sort of non-human intelligence would make people give more of a shit about other humans. Like, we're on the same team. I remember when 9/11 happened, all of a sudden everybody was, we are all Americans. Fuck, I destroyed another flower. And you would think that the possibility of an extra earthly sort of race would have the same thing. I don't know. It's fucking bizarre, man. It really spoiled being in that field for me. And that was about when I had to step away from it for a little while. I'm going to slightly get back into it this coming Sunday. I'm going to try to dip my toes back in with some live streams on that channel, which is also available in the link tree if you're into that sort of thing. But honestly, I can't fucking... I recently got off all the socials. I know the world's fucking horrible. I don't want to talk about it all the time. I don't want to have my feeds flooded with it. I don't want to see a bunch of white goddamn supremacist, ultranationalist fuck faces constantly going on about it. I'm tired of fighting libertarians. I just want to make art. Make art. Be a good neighbor. Live happily. That's all. I often feel like we're in a race to the bottom. Socially, economically. I think we're in the last sort of time period where we have any hope at all of turning it around, correcting the situation we're in. And man, we are fucking it up. There's too much money involved, I think. In the way we already do things, and that's no secret. Oil companies and the meat industry. There's just too much money involved. We're going to let the planet burn, and we're going to try to sell it as if it's a good thing. I recently learned that, I talked about this a while ago on another stream, that the carbon footprint idea, the personal carbon footprint, was from an ad campaign by BP. Probably, I assume it was after some fucking horrendous oil spill. Yeah, so they, in order to sway public opinion on their industry, they came up with the personal carbon footprint and then had a whole fucking campaign about the individual's responsibility. But if you actually look into it, if you actually spend the time, your personal carbon footprint means dick. Every personal carbon footprint in your state that you live in means nothing in comparison to, well, let's say the meat industry, the beef industry. We're fucked. Even if you and everyone you know starts recycling like crazy, starts biking to work, starts composting everything, solar panels, the whole deal. You and everyone you know right now did all of that. Wouldn't change a fucking thing. That's how deep we are into it. There are, I believe it's 7 industries. The meat, energy, I can't remember the other ones. Who basically are responsible for all of this. And even if those 7 industries right now turned around and corrected the situation, it would be decades before we'd see a noticeable difference. That's how fucked we are. And most people don't even realize that. Most people, the general public, not always the smartest group of people as a whole, think that we're fine. We're not. Things are bad. I'm not trying to be a doomer, but they're really bad. Our weather across the globe is insane. It's doing unprecedented things. The freeze here in Texas that I was here for was supposed to be like a once fucking 100 years thing, you know? But now we're getting 100-year events every year. That's not good. That's not normal. I'm gonna try to steer away from this conversation because I do get a little doomery about it. I get hopeless about it because the general attitude of people is very poor, very uneducated. And it's another reason why I've been off socials, because watching people either just accept you damaged the ground. Okay. Watching people either accept that or just say, oh, well, it looks fine outside my window, so everything must be fine. Oh my fucking God, it really, really bums me out. Really makes me sad and angry, and really makes me want to just go live in the forest. I swear to God. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit dramatic, and maybe I'm not, and maybe, the Pacific Northwest now has a fire season, which was not a thing 30 years ago. It might not be bad outside of your window, but there are a lot of windows where it is bad. And honestly, anytime I see a white goddamn suburban shithead talking about, I don't know, centrist policies, come on, shut the fuck up. The centrist policy is like a non-policy. It doesn't mean anything. And honestly, anytime you see centrist shit happening, it's just backing up right-wing shit. So anyway, I'm clearly in a happy place. That's that. Let's go get onto the trailer. We did a little bit of damage, for sure. I've never once backed onto the trailer. Look at that. Beautiful. So I think, I think that'll be that. I don't know what we just upgraded. Looks great though. All right. Anyway, that'll be that, I think, for today. Thanks for hanging out while I just bitched about random shit. I appreciate it. Normally I do an Alan Wake stream afterwards just to chill things out. I'm not going to do that today. I'm not particularly feeling it. And I've got this fucking album that I've got to work on. So anyway, I will see you when I see you, which I believe will be Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure. Anyways, thanks for hanging out. Bye.